Welcome to 360 Degrees Thriving Kids Hub. Here you will find contents that nurture kids to be grounded in their identity, emotionally strong, and full of integrity, ready to impact their world. When a child knows who they are ready to impact the world. Join us on the journey.
Welcome once again, everyone. And today we would be discussing emotional intelligence. Okay? Emotional intelligence. So remember our housekeeping rules. Raise your hands to speak. That's using the reaction button on Zoom. And then respect each other's views. Stay focused. Use I, not we. Okay? And then our values. Remember our values that says listening ears. Okay, we listen carefully, kind mouth, positive attitude, humble heart, and helping hand. So I'm going to pause here. How many of us has tried or we are trying to implement our values in our daily lives? Anyone, just give me the reaction button. Are you implementing our values, helping other people, sharing, supporting, helping others without being asked? Anyone having an humble heart, willing to learn and be respectful, positive attitude, staying happy and trying your best, and saying good, brave Tiara, thank you, flourish Fola, yes, and saying nice words to everyone, and then listening ears, you listen attentively. Thank you so much. Thank you. I see your hands, brilliant champion Israel. I see your hand, flourish Fola. I see your hands, brave Tiara. Thank you. So this is not just for you, okay? When you go to school, at home, implement all of these values, okay? And so now we're going to take an affirmation. So I want you to say with me, today is a new chance to grow.
It's a new chance to grow.
My brain is a muscle.
My brain is a muscle.
And I am ready to learn.
And I am ready to learn.
I will lead with my heart.
I will lead with my heart.
And learn with my mind.
And learn with my mind.
I am evolving.
I am evolving.
To be my best self.
To be my best self.
Thank you so much, everyone. So you can mute now. So today is another chance to grow. Empowered kids, remember, every day is an opportunity for us to grow. We don't waste our days. We don't waste our time, okay? Our brain is a muscle. We are ready to learn. We will lead with our heart and learn with our mind. And we are evolving, okay? When we put in the work, when we practice, when we learn, right? We are evolving to be our best self. Okay? So today, we have a very beautiful quote. And that quote says, feelings are visitors. Listen to them, but don't let them control you. You see that? Feelings are visitors. Listen to them, but don't let them control you. And what does this mean? It means that what? Your feelings come and they go. Just like visitors will come to your house, they don't live with you, right? They are just there for a little while, after which they leave. So the same thing is your feeling. The same thing applies to your feelings. They are visitors. They come and they go. So sometimes you may feel happy, you may feel excited, you may feel angry, nervous, sad, or even frustrated. They are all okay. But you know what? Even though those feelings show up, you are angry, you're nervous, you're happy, they should not be the boss of your actions, especially when they are negative emotions, when they are negative feelings, like when you're sad, you're hungry, right? Don't let them be Don't let them be the boss of your actions. Don't let them dictate your actions. Even the Bible says that be angry, but do not sin. So that means that yes, it's okay to be angry, but don't let that anger lead you into committing a sin, right? So you still get to choose. You have the opportunity to choose the way you react. Yes, I'm angry, but I can choose the way I react, the way I respond. My friend stepped on my toe, But it is now on me to choose the way I react. I won't let my emotions rule me. I won't let my emotions get the best of me, right? The Bible says, yes, be angry, but do not sin. Don't let the sun go down on your hunger. So just let it be for a little while, just like a visitor, right? It comes and it goes. They come and they go. So the same thing happens to your emotions, okay? So you still get to choose the way you respond, right? When you have negative emotions, when you're feeling high, when you have those big emotions, you still get to choose, okay? Don't let them control you. So the fact that you are hungry, it does not mean you should eat somebody with a wood or a stone or you yell. No. The fact that you're feeling nervous does not mean you should quit and say, I'm not doing this anymore. You were told to come and present, but because you're nervous, you're like, I'm not going to present anymore. No, 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 no. That does not mean you should quit, right? The fact that you're feeling sad does not mean you should stay sad. You should always stay sad. Yes, they didn't give you that award. You didn't get the award and you're not happy because you had put in effort. That does not mean you should keep going everywhere grumbling, sitting angry, sitting sad. They ask you, come and eat. No, I'm not eating. Come and do this. No, I'm not. You're just grumpy. You're just sad. That does not mean, okay? Your feelings are only trying to tell you something, okay? And they are only trying to tell you something important. And it's always good for you to notice these feelings, okay? Notice them, understand them. Why are you feeling this way? But not for you to do what? Not for you to listen, right? But after you have noticed it, after you have observed, oh, this is the way I'm feeling, right? You still get to choose the way you behave. You still need to understand, how would I behave in an appropriate manner such that it's not going to affect my relationship with others, such that it's not going to affect my response or my behavior to my friends. Okay? So yes, your feelings are trying to tell you something. It's okay. You can be angry, you can be happy, but you still need to choose the way you behave. You still need to choose the way you behave. Okay? You still need to choose the way you behave. You are in charge of your emotions. You are in charge of your feelings. It's okay to feel big emotions, but you are still in charge. Okay? Remember, like I said, the Bible says, be angry, but do not sin. So that's where you taking control, you taking charge comes in. You can feel those big emotions, but don't do what? Don't let that rule you. Don't let that affect your relationship. Don't let that affect your responses. So remember, our quote for today says, feelings are visitors. Listen to them, but don't let them control you. Okay? So now we're going to move on to a icebreaker. Now that we know that feelings are just visitors, they come and go. So how are you feeling today? Do you want to tell me in the chat? How are you feeling? So we have several examples of emotions on the screen. Feeling mad, feeling tired, feeling shy, happy, nervous, proud, sick, surprised, scared, confused, excited, angry. How are you feeling today? And why do you feel that way? I'm just going to choose two people. If you want to raise your hand to tell me how you're feeling and why you feel that way. Okay, Brave Tiara, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling excited
Excited? Why are you feeling excited?
because today's a beautiful day.
Today is a beautiful day. Thank you so much. Just like the Bible says, today is a good day, right? Be glad and rejoice. Be glad and rejoice. So that's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing, Brave Tiara. Okay, Creative Eri. I'm blessed more. How are you feeling today?
I feel tired because I'm fasting.
Oh, you feel tired because you're fasting. Don't worry. It's just for a little while, okay? I want you to speak to your belly and say, my belly, You're gonna wait on God. You're gonna fast, okay? I'm not gonna eat now. I choose to wait. Okay, so speak to your belly. Remember, it's just a feeling. Okay, it will come and it will go. Okay, so don't let that put you under pressure and say, I want to eat. I have to eat. I have to eat. No. Okay, so choose, tell that belly, speak to that belly, because that belly is gonna hear. So tell that belly, you, this belly, hear the word of the Lord. You're gonna wait on God. You're gonna fast. Okay.
Okay.
All right, good. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, Flourish Fala.
I feel happy
You feel happy. Why?
because I got to play outside.
You got to play outside. Thank you so much for sharing. Yes, you feel happy because you got to play outside. That's so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, so good to hear from us. So you see, so there are feelings, even despite the fact that, oh, you're happy because you got to play outside, there's something you might ask from mom and say, Mom, oh, can I take a snack? And then mom says no. Before you know, you were happy before, right? You would see that it will change to something else. You might feel sad or angry, like, oh, she didn't give me snack. So, and before you know it, when mommy does something and say, oh, come watch your favorite show, you would see that what it will change again to you being happy, right? You being excited. So that's how it is. Your feelings, they come and they go. So, but don't let them do what? Don't let them control you. You can feel it, you can listen to them, but don't let that listening lead to what? Lead to something destructive, or something that will affect you. Okay. So now, what are emotions? Emotions, they are like messengers that tell us how we are feeling, right? Let's learn to listen to them. They come from inside out, inside of us, right? And they can trigger different sensations in our body, right? And what does that mean? So sometimes when some people are scared or they're excited, they feel their heart racing, like this fast heartbeat, they just feel this racing inside of them. Some people, when they're happy, you see them smiling. Some people, they feel tense muscle when they are angry or they are frustrated. You will see them all, and some people, it might be red hot, all their face very hot, red in color, their hands are red in color, right? So there are sensations that come with what? With your emotions. So as empowered kids, we need to be able to understand this so that, and some people, when they are sad, right, they feel teary. So you need to understand yourself such that when you begin to see that, oh, you are getting red hot, then you know that, I think I'm beginning to get angry, right? So that's where, remember we spoke about self-awareness when we started this class. So that's where you need to understand yourself. How do I feel when I'm happy, right? Do I feel smiles all over? Do I have racing heart? Do I have this racing heart when I'm excited or I'm scared? Do I feel tense muscles when I'm angry? Right? When I'm happy, how do I react? How does my body feel? Do I feel teary when I'm sad? Do I feel red hot when I'm scared, when I'm nervous? So you need to be able to do it. These are sensations that come with your what? With your emotions. Your emotions trigger this sensation. So as empowered kids, you need to be aware and understand what happens when you begin to feel all the sensations. Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you nervous? Right? So if you have not observed this, I want you to begin to observe yourself. Notice yourself. When you're sad, what happens? How does your body feel? When you're happy, how does your body feel? When mommy gives you something that makes you happy, how does your body feel? How do you feel? Right? So you need to do what? Understand those physical sensations that come along with your emotions. Okay, so emotions are the feelings that come from inside you, and then they trigger different physical sensations within your body. Okay? And now we already know what emotions are. What is emotional intelligence? What is emotional intelligence? So when we say emotional intelligence, it is the ability for you to recognize and understand your emotions, right? You understand your emotions. Remember, we said there are different emotions: happy, sad, nervous, scared, excited, different emotions. So the ability for you to understand your emotions right? And also the emotions of others. How do people react when you are playing with a friend and you see that this person is beginning to yell? Then you are able to understand that, I think something has made this person upset, right? So the ability to recognize and understand both your emotions and the emotions of others that you're dealing with. Okay. And then you use this awareness to say, oh, I think my friend, say, for example, Flourish Fola, she's my friend. Oh, I think Flourish Fola is beginning to get angry, right? And then you know what you need to do such that her anger doesn't lead to what? She doing something that she's not supposed to do. Then you use that understanding of this is how she behaves when she's angry, or this is how she behaves when she's happy, to channel what you say to her, right? You let it guide what you say to her, how you react to her. So that's what emotional intelligence is all about. Understanding your emotions, understanding the emotions of others, and using that awareness to guide what? The way you behave, the way you react. Okay? And then I would teach you a technique. So there is a technique for you to understand, to be emotionally intelligent as empowered kids, right? Stop, name, and choose. Okay? Stop, name, and choose. What does this mean? Stop means when you see that, oh, let's say, for example, your friend is beginning to yell, begin to scream, or you yourself, you're beginning to feel, oh, I think something is beginning to get me angry here. Stop. Remember when we spoke about emotional intelligence, when we spoke about the red light, green light, and yellow light, where you stop. When you stop, you've thought about it, right? And then you can then take action. So stop means you take a deep breath when your emotions beginning to feel strong. Then you name that emotion. How am I feeling? Oh, I feel frustrated. I feel worried. I feel excited, right? And then choose. You pick a healthy response. Either let me ask for help, or let me wait to take a turn, or let me walk away from it, or let me count 1 to 10, right? So for you to be emotionally intelligent, I want you to write this down. Stop, right? You need to stop. Understand that, yes, I'm getting angry, right? I think this thing is getting me upset. You stop. Name that emotion. How am I feeling right now? And then you choose an healthy response. Okay, you choose an healthy response. Emotional intelligence helps you to navigate life and also build a strong relationship. Okay, so you need to be emotionally intelligent. You need to be able to take a pause, take a break when you're feeling those big emotions. Understand why you're feeling it, and then be able to choose an healthy response. Okay, so emotional intelligence involves recognizing your emotion, understanding your emotion, managing your emotion, okay? And then understanding the emotions of others around you. So we have a case study here. It's a beautiful case study, and it's called the recess argument. So I'm going to read this for you. So it's a bright sunny afternoon during recess. The playground is full of noise, kids laughing, ball bouncing, and squeak of swings moving back and forth. There is only one empty swing, and both Tayo and Amara spot it at the same time. So both of them, Tayo and Amara, right, it's recess time. They spotted this swing, just one empty swing that is left. So Tayo races towards the swing, Amara does the same, and they both arrive at the same time. Tayo grabs the chain and shouts, I got here first. It's mine. I'm going to sit on it, you know? Both of them wants to sit on it. Amara pulls the other chain and replies sharply, no, you didn't. And you always take it. You never let anyone else go first. Their voices rise. Kids nearby, they stop to watch, of course, you know, like what's happening? It feels like a fight is about to break out. Then their teacher, Miss Lewis, walks over calmly and says, both of you, take a step back and take a deep breath with me. Then she models it. Deep breath, right? And then they did the same. The tension eases slightly. Then Miss Lewis asked, tell me how you're feeling, one at a time. Then Tayo says, I feel angry and annoyed because I really wanted the swing and I thought I got here first. Amara says, I feel upset because I never get a turn and it feels like nobody notices. Both children look surprised when they hear the other person's real feelings. Naming the emotion turns yelling into understanding. Then Miss Lewis reminds them, now listen to each other without interrupting. So as Tayo listens to Amara, he realizes she really doesn't wait a long time for turns, and he hadn't thought about her experience. Amara also listens to Tayo. He wasn't trying to be mean. He thought he arrived there first, not that he was stealing a turn. So they each begin to see the situation from each other's point of view, like, oh, he feels, oh, she always doesn't want to wait for her turn. She wants to steal someone else's turn. And, they got to understand each other's position. And now they had to calm down and they thought about it clearly. Then Miss Lewis says, what can we do that is fair to the both of you? And then both of them took a pause and then they thought about the situation. And you know what? Together they came up with a plan. And what's the plan? They take turns using the swing. They set a 2 minutes timer, like you're going to take 2 minutes to ride on the swing, after which I'm going to do the same. They agree on that, right? Who will go first based on rock, paper, scissors game. So the person that went first, and they plan to switch, right? Who would go first? And then they plan to switch. This solution is fair, respectful, and both of them came up with that solution, right? And then what? The fight disappears. And what happened at the end of it? They began to play happily. They respect each other's turn. Both of them feel heard and valued, and that strengthened their relationship. Other kids who were watching, right, who expected a fight to break out, you know what? They learned from the conflict. They learned how to resolve situations like that, right? And then, based on the knowledge that Tayo and Amara gained, they began to use it for future disagreements, right? When things come up, maybe in class, at home, they applied the same knowledge. We showed what? Emotional growth. So can you see? Understanding how Tayo felt, understanding how Amara felt, helped them to do what? To bring about a solution to the swing issue. So the same thing can apply to us as well when we are in school. You want to take a turn, your friend wants to take a turn, right? You both wants to have the same thing at the same time. It's best for you both to just say, okay, you like, why? Why? I would say my view, you would share your view, and then agree. Come up together and say, okay, how can we solve this solution? And then you say, okay, maybe it's best for us to just take a turn, right? Or maybe it's best for us to let that go and let's do something else. That is emotional intelligence, because you don't want to be upset and you don't want your friend to be upset. Thereby, it destroys your relationship. Okay, so now there are several components of emotional intelligence. Okay, there are several components of emotional intelligence, one of which is self-awareness. Like we said, remember we spoke about self-awareness from the very beginning of the class. That was our second topic. If you had not listened to it, you can go back to the replay. So self-awareness involves understanding your emotions, identify what you're feeling, and what strategies you can use, right? Identify what you're feeling. Why am I feeling this way? These are questions you can ask, right? So I'm going to share some strategies for you to understand your emotions, right? You can ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? When things feel like they're not working out the way you expect, or people are not making you, they are not doing what you feel they should do. Ask yourself, right? Do this emotional check-in regularly. How am I feeling right now? Why do I feel this way? This is self-awareness. Why do I feel this way? Then pay attention. Remember, I spoke about physical sensation. Pay attention to your body. How am I feeling? Am I feeling red hot? Am I shivering? Am my hands sweaty? And then do what? Learn to journal. These are ways you would understand yourself, understand your emotions. Write down your feelings. Write down your feelings. And when you write it down, say today you write it down. Oh, I felt angry. And when I felt angry, I see that my hands were sweaty. Tomorrow you write it down. right? As you write it each day, you write your feelings each day, you would see what? You would see a pattern and say, oh, I think I now know myself. Whenever I'm angry, I see that my hands get sweaty. So the moment you see yourself, your hands getting sweaty, you know that, oh, I think I'm beginning to get angry, right? Then you what? You are able to say, okay, now it's time for me to take a pause. It's time for me to take a pause. So emotional intelligence involves you being self-aware. Ask yourself, how am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? Pay attention to the physical sensation that comes with it and learn to journal. Okay, because when you're able to name your feelings, you know how to handle it better. And when those big emotions come, talk to a trusted friend, right? There are ways that you can do what? You can express your emotions in an healthy manner. You don't have to yell. You don't have to eat. You don't have to cry. Yes, you are feeling sad. Someone took your pencil and they did not return it. They took your pen. They did not return it. They borrowed your book. They did not return it. You can choose to express your emotions in an healthy way. Remember when we spoke about that, what the Bible says, that what? It's okay to be angry, but don't let your anger lead to sin. It says be angry, but do not sin. That's what the Bible says. So there are ways, that means there are ways we can express our emotions in an healthy way. So one of the ways is talk to a trusted adult or friend. Write it down. Some people can choose to draw. When they are feeling those big emotions, they will just walk away from it and then begin to draw. They do what they know how to do best. Some might just go watch a movie. Some might just go paint. Some might engage in physical activities, jumping, riding their bicycle, just for them to calm down and not yell or eat or begin to cry. Okay, so you can express your emotion in different ways. Just know what works best for you. Okay, I gave you examples. You can choose to say, Mom, I want to talk to you. Talk to Mom about, or Dad about that emotion. You can choose to do what? Just go and journal and say, okay, I just want to think. I want to meditate. I want to practice mindfulness. You can choose to draw or paint, and you can choose to engage in any physical activity. Just know what works for you, how best you can calm down instead of yelling, eating, crying, saying words that would hurt the other person. Okay, know what works for you. Then the second is self-regulation. This involves managing your emotions. Okay, being able to manage your emotions, your thoughts, and your actions, even when it's hard. Yes, there are some people that will make you angry, that the first reaction is for you to scream at them and say, stop that. But you know what? You can cope with difficult emotions. When those things happen, you can cope. And how can you do this? How can you cope with difficult emotions? Identify your triggers. What make you angry? Right? What is it that people do that make you angry? Is it that some people, they just like taking your turns, like we saw in the case study, right? Is it that when they don't include you, your friends don't call you to come, let's play a game, or your parents don't give you the favorite show? Is that what triggers emotions in you? Right? So you need to identify your triggers, because once you identify them, you would know how to manage your emotions. Then practice relaxation techniques. For example, take a deep breath. You can count 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After which you then talk. You can decide to walk away. When they are beginning to misbehave, just walk away and pretend as if that did not even happen. Then when your mind is you are now cool, right? You can now respond effectively, right? Then you can now come and say, okay, what you did the last time, Bola, I don't like it. I wasn't happy with the way you spoke, but you know what? I'm okay, I'm fine. But next time, please watch it. Don't talk to me that way, right? Don't use that word, okay? It's okay if we can just discuss this, right? Let's always try to take turns instead of you just yelling and, screaming. So these are ways you can cope with different and difficult emotions and do difficult emotions. Think before acting. Okay, take deep breath, count 1 to 10, walk away from the situation. Okay, but most important, identify what triggers you so that you can know how to respond. Okay, And also you can ask if you feel, oh, I think I'm not able to manage my emotions. You can talk to your parents, talk to a counselor, seek support from them, from people that they handle theirs better. Okay. And another one is empathy. Empathy. And what does empathy means? Is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Right? It's a good skill. You need to know how other people feel, because it will help you to build strong relationship. If you don't know how your friend feels, you will just keep behaving anyhow and say, oh, okay, I don't even care. You need to be able to care about other people's feeling. When someone is angry, you took their pain and they are angry, and yet you're saying, I don't care. No, you need to care. Understand that this person is angry and seek for ways to say, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know that would get you upset. Oh, I'm sorry I took your book. I didn't know. Right? I didn't know it was yours. Oh, I'm sorry I borrowed your marker. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was for the class. I didn't know it was yours. Oh, I'm sorry I touched you. I didn't know you don't like people touching you. So empathy, you being able to understand other people's feelings. Don't say, I don't care. If she likes, she should be angry. If she likes, she should be, no, don't say that. So that's what empathy is all about. Understand and share in other people's feelings. You see someone, maybe they are going through a challenge at home and it's beginning to affect their academics. You can talk to them and say, oh, I understand this and this is happening in your house, but you know what? Can we maybe pray about it? Can we speak to the school counselor about it? Share in their feelings. Oh, okay, I understand you don't have snack. Okay, all right, maybe I have this $5. Do you want to have it? And maybe you can use it to buy a snack. Oh, I have this shoe I no longer want. Do you need it? Can I give it to you? When you see your friends in need, that's empathy. You've been able to understand the way they feel, share in their feelings, and this will help you to be kind. It will help you to build strong relationship. Okay, putting yourself in other people's shoes. And lastly, social skills. These social skills involve active listening. Listen actively, understand other people's feeling. Like we said, if you don't listen actively, you can't understand other people's feeling. You just be behaving. They will say A, you will say B. Then ask questions. Communicate effectively. Don't talk anyhow. Like we said, part of our values, right? You communicate well with people. Learn to say, yeah, sorry, thank you, please. These are social skills that will help us, right? And it shows our emotional intelligence. When you're being corrected, say thank you. Not that you just say, you just like correcting people. Do you think you're the only one that knows it? Please leave me. I want to do it my way. No. Okay? And when you're emotionally intelligent, part of the social skill is conflict resolution, respect, right? Someone who is emotionally intelligent will have these skills. They'll be able to resolve issues, solve problems. Okay? So remember, emotional intelligence involves you being self-aware. Know your emotions. How do you feel? Understand the physical sensations that come with it. What are your triggers? And when those triggers come, how can you solve it? Do you walk away? Do you count 1 to 10? Do you choose to draw? Do you choose to paint? Do you choose to journal? Know what works for you. Okay? And also share in the feeling of others. Understand other people's feelings. Okay? Understand other people's feelings and see how you can do what? You can work together to ensure that there is no issue. So now we're moving to our activity. Okay, so I want us to, so this is the activity, right? You're going to tell me one action that can trigger emotions in you, whether pleasant or unpleasant. Remember, we spoke about emotional self-awareness in section 2, week 2 of this class, of this program, right? So, and I believe at that time, you should have understood your emotions. So now I want you to think, I'm going to give you 3 minutes. You're going to think about one action that can trigger difficult emotions, pleasant or unpleasant emotions, pleasant or unpleasant emotions in you? And what is one emotional intelligent response, right, that you can give to that action? So example is maybe one of your triggers is when someone cuts in line, you feel angry. Okay, you are hungry. What would be your emotional intelligence response? Okay, so I'm going to give you all 3 minutes to think through, and then in 3 minutes you would share your thoughts. Okay, so now our time starts now. Okay, so 3 minutes, think through this question, right? What is one action that can trigger pleasant or unpleasant? You can choose either of the two, whether pleasant or unpleasant, but it's okay. I would appreciate it if you could choose unpleasant emotions in you, okay? And then you name one emotional intelligence response to that action. If someone does it, what should be your emotional intelligence response based on all that we've learned, okay? So we have 3 minutes. But if everyone is ready within the next 3 minutes, that's fine. Just raise your hands and I would see if everyone is ready, and then we can stop our timer. Thank you. I see some people raising their hands already. So that means the 3 minutes is too long for us. Okay. So we're going to give some other people maybe the next 1 minute. So if you're ready, just raise your hands and then I will begin to call you guys. Everyone is going to take a turn, okay? So in the next 1 minute, no, 30 seconds, we're going to start, okay? Okay, Brilliant Champion Israel says he has a question. Okay, Brilliant Champion Israel.
What does pleasant or unpleasant mean?
Okay, so pleasant or unpleasant, that means something that, in just simple terms, something that is good, unpleasant, something that is not good. So in this context is like one action that can trigger maybe a positive emotion in you. Say, for example, that would make you happy, while the unpleasant is something that will trigger a negative emotion, say something that will make you angry or nervous or sad, right? So while pleasant could be something that will make you excited, right? That will help you have this excited emotion, happy emotion, feeling an emotion that, oh yeah, I'm comfortable, I'm okay. Something like that, yeah.
Could we do both of them? Like, do we have to pick one of them?
Yeah, I just need one.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so we have less than 1 minute. Okay, no, our time is up. All right, so Flourish Faller, over to you. You can unmute.
If someone comes in line and I feel angry, I would probably say that I was there and that you were in my spot and I felt angry about that.
Okay, so your emotional intelligence response, are you going to like yell at them or just drag them out of the line and say, no, you caught in line? What would be your response?
I would say that I would just tell them that was my spot and that if I could have it back.
Okay,
But if
good.
they say no, I could just let them have it.
Good, beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Brave Tihara.
So when someone doesn't invite me in a party,
Is that an action that would trigger an unpleasant emotion. So now I want you to look at yourself, not the examples I gave on the table. For you, what is it that would trigger an unpleasant reaction, right? What's it that someone would do that will make you feel maybe angry, or disappointed? So I want you to tell me how it applies to you.
Like if someone takes my stuff without like saying, "Can I borrow your stuff?" I'll feel like angry. But then I would say that can you please give me my stuff back? And next time you might want to ask me in case I need it.
Beautiful. Thank you. So if someone takes your stuff, that makes you angry, right? So you don't like it when someone just comes and just take your stuff and then they walk away, right? So yeah, that's an intelligent response. Yeah, like next time, please, in case I need it. So that's why you need to ask. You ask before you take it, right? Just in case I need it. You don't know if I need it or not. But if you tell me, oh, can I use this? Then I would let you know if you can use it at that time or not. Thank you so much for sharing, Brave Tiara. Okay, brilliant champion, Israel.
Mine is that if someone makes fun of me and I get angry, that's an unpleasant, and my response will be, "Please, could you stop making fun of me? I do not like it."
Thank you. So you're going to let them know that attitude, it's not something you like. So they should stop. And if it's something they continue, then you can report to their teacher. Peradventure, it's in school. If it's at home, you can let your parents know. So yeah, thank you so much. If they make fun of you, tell them and let them know, because it will help them understand that, oh, this person does not like this, and they won't do it anymore, right? Because if you don't let them know, they will keep doing it. But if you let them know, they would stop. And if they are proving difficult, you'll talk to an adult about it. Okay, thank you so much for sharing,
Thank
brilliant
you.
champion Israel. Okay, excellent, Joseph.
If I'm watching something and they change it, I will say, please, can you change it back? And if they don't change it, that's still okay.
And that's still okay, yeah. Okay, so something that makes you angry is someone changing the show, right? You're watching it, right? And someone changes it. Yeah, you let them know and say, oh, this show, I like it, right? But then you changed it. But it's okay. Next time, tell me that you want to change the show. Or please, can you change it back? Right? Give me some 5 or 10 minutes. I will soon be done with my show. Then you can have a turn. Let them understand that having a turn, right? They need to always wait for their turn, right? I was here first. I was watching it. But then you did not seek permission, So you let them know, okay, I'm watching this show, but could you just give me maybe 5 minutes? It will soon be done, or 10 minutes, depending on the length of the show. And for example, if it's your younger brother and they want to cry, then you can find a way to settle it amicably to say, okay, I'm going to let you this time, but next time it's not going to happen, right? You need to be able to do what? Wait for your turn and respect other people as well. Okay? Thank you for sharing. Okay, Fares and Fohab. 4B, sorry. Fares, over to you.
What will trigger an unpleasant
Oh, your network.
emotion is that
Oh, your
someone
network.
pushes me or he then I tell the person that I don't like it, that that person shouldn't take. They say now.
Thank you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. I heard what you said. Like now that you said, can you hear me? I heard you. So if you want to take that again.
Okay, I said if someone pushes me, that can trigger an unpleasant emotion. So I'll tell the person that I don't like it, that the person shouldn't do that again.
Beautiful. Yes. You let them know, no. If you want to play with me, you play with me, not to the extent of pushing, because this could lead to an accident, right? What if you push me and I hit my head, So please, yes, I love to play with you, but let's play respectfully. Let's play carefully. Please, I don't like being pushed, right? But not like you don't just, I know there are some responses that could just want to jump out of us, right? Say the person pushes you, you want to scream, oh, why did you do that? Yeah, it's something that could happen right away, but you still need to be able to do what? Calm down, right? Yes, pick yourself up. Let's assume you fell. Pick yourself up and then tell the person, oh, you pushed me, but I don't like it. What if I had gotten injured? Okay, so next time, if you want to play, let's play carefully, right? So that we don't injure each other. Please, I don't like being pushed. You talk to them and make calmly and help them understand. And if it's becoming something that, oh, the only way they know how to play is to push others, then it's best you don't play with them so that you don't get injured. Play with some other set of people that don't like pushing others when you're playing. Because if you get injured, it's on you. You will be the one to feel the pain, right? So thank you so much for those responses. Smart Sharon, do you have anything to share? And Creative Airy and Blessed Mode, do you have anything to share? One action that can trigger unpleasant emotion.
No.
No. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. That was beautiful. Yes. So most importantly, right, why we did this activity is for you to understand what is it that triggered these emotions in you, right? And how can you respond intelligently such that you are not the one that is being caught always crying, or always screaming, or always yelling. You need to grow out of those responses. You need to be able to handle your emotions diligently, intelligently. Okay, so now back to our case study. I'm just going to ask us a few questions with respect to our case study that we learned. So when is it wrong to feel an emotion like anger, right? Is it ever wrong to feel such emotion? Yes or no? Is it ever wrong? Just thumbs up. Just give me thumbs up. Yes or no? Or put in the chat. Yes or no? Is it wrong to feel that emotion? Is it wrong? That means, is it okay to feel? Is it okay to feel angry? Is it okay to feel sad? Yes or no? Thank you. Fares said no. Is it ever wrong? No, it's not wrong. Yes. So you can feel sad. Yes. Thank you, Smart Sharon. Yes, it's okay to be angry. But like we said, don't let that anger lead to sin. You yelling, you screaming, you throwing, you eating, you destroying things. Okay. So what was the first thing Miss Lewis asked the kids to do when she approached them? What was the first thing? Run away, take a deep breath, go sit on the bench, apologize immediately. Just put a number, the alphabet, sorry. What was it she told them to do? B, thank you. Take a deep breath. Yes, take a deep breath. Thank you so much. You see, so she told them to take a deep breath. And what helped the kids to calm down so that they can think clearly? Yelling at each other, pausing and breathing, running to another playground, ignoring each other. What helped them? What helped them? Thank you. Pausing and breathing. They took a deep breath. They took a pause. They observed the situation. Thank you. And then they were able to respond. Okay, so the lesson, so what's the main lesson from the case study? That the fastest kid gets the swing, argument should be avoided at all costs, emotional intelligence helps solve problems peacefully, teachers should settle all fights. What's the main lesson? Thank you. C. Thank you. Creative Area and Blessed Mo. Yes. Emotional. Thank you, Brave Tiara. Thank you, Flourish Fola. Yes. Emotional intelligence helps us solve problems peacefully. Okay. So, in conclusion, your emotions are powerful, but you are more powerful. Okay. Your emotions are powerful. Okay. Emotions are powerful, but you are more powerful. Okay, so don't let your emotions rule you. Emotional intelligence helps you to be a better friend, a great learner, and the boss of your feelings. Okay, so remember the stop, name, and choose technique. So pause before reacting. Take a breath before you speak. Name your emotions. Do I feel angry? I feel sad. I feel confused. I feel excited. Use empathy. How might others feel? If I react, if I yell at this friend, how will she react? If I take something or I damage a cup, right? Or because I'm angry, how would it affect my parents or the people around me, right? So you need to be able to think, to use empathy. How might others feel when you react that way? How are other feeling right now? Then learn to solve problems together. What can we do to fix this? When those emotions arise, ask your friend, together, what can we do to fix this? Just like Tayo and Amara, right? They decided to take turns, right? And that solved the problem. And also express your feelings respectfully. Express your feelings I feel sad when someone takes my pen, because I don't like it when you don't respect me, when you don't ask me before you use my thing. Learn to express your feelings respectfully. And remember, practice calming strategies like breathing, counting 1 to 10, walking away from the situation, journaling, painting, drawing, practice those strategies. So I want you to write in your journal that next time I feel, you write that emotion, write it in your journal. Next time I feel, let's say, for example, sad, I will maybe draw or I will paint. So I want you to write it in your journal. Next time I feel, what is that emotion? Is it sad? Is it angry? Is it happy? I will. Then you put that action. Okay? So example is next time I feel lonely, I will ask a friend to play soccer together, right, with me. Next time I feel sad, I will choose to listen to music. I will play game. I will play soccer, So next time I feel, what's that emotion? I will, then the action you will do. And also one thing I can do to use emotional intelligence this week. What is that one thing that you can do to use emotional intelligence this week? So write it in your journal, and next week, you're going to tell me what is that one emotional intelligence action you took this week. Okay, so now we're going to take our affirmation together. Are you ready? So now let's take our affirmation. Say with me, I understand my feelings.
I understand my feelings.
And I choose kind actions.
And I choose kind actions.
Again, I understand my feelings.
I understand my feelings.
And I choose kind actions.
And I choose kind actions.
Thank you so much. So as you go this week, understand your feelings and choose a kind action. Be emotionally intelligent, okay? So thank you so much, everyone. I will see you next week. Enjoy your week and bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.